or maybe it's evening where you're at. Well, let's just keep it safe. Good day, good evening, good weekend. Woohoo! I'm back with Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. Last time I played this with you, we left in case 4. There had been an accident on a road. Sherlock and Watson have saved some people. I wasn't able to save them all. I'm sorry. I was just overwhelmed with all the options I had. I work better when I know I have to go to A to B to C and not have options A to Z laid out to me and just choose some. I'm not very good at it. I just kind of solved what happened. That is, I made a reconstruction of all the chain of events, and now the last bit I did was open a lock to a door nearby, because there was electric wiring running from the door to a pole on the street, and that might have had part in the accident because it might have electrocuted some of the horses. So let's just load this game. This game has an autosave function. Yippee yippee. It's loading, I think. Yep. I'm sorry, my throat is bugging me a bit today. I hope it won't be too bad. I have something to drink next to me, so that might help. Detective crime thriller Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. Continue. Well, let's continue case number 4. That was the case we're working on, chain reaction. I remember feeling very sad for the horses. I didn't mind that the men were dead, I mind that the horses were dead, but I'm crazy like that. If there's a game where you have to shoot an animal or kill an animal because you need food or because it's threatening you, I always feel bad. So seeing horses lying dead made me a little bit sad. Oh, I can press continue. This is the house I've been working towards. This would be a device. The Daily Mirror, smoke on the wall. Women are now allowed to smoke in public, the court declares. Today, Magistrate Adcock ruled that it is no longer a crime for a woman to smoke in a public area, in London at least. He then proceeded to discharge Mary Townsend, Edna Custer and L.C. Watkin, 3 ladies who had been smartly arrested for smoking in Trafalgar Square. Okay. There is something the game wants me to find. There's the electrical wire that we've been following, and it leads up to this crazy silly device.
I've not seen such a device before.
Activate the device by finding the correct positions for its switches. Yay! Let's just try them all. imagining green is good, red is bad, but which do I need? I know I can skip this, but I always try, at least for a bit, to... Oh,
The electrical charge which affected the technical cab came from here.
I always try to do the puzzles, but some of them are really, really hard. Unfortunately, most of them will have a skip function. I've even tried to Google it. I went to YouTube thinking, let's see how to do these puzzles, because I like to solve it. I like to see the technique behind it. I checked 3 streams of 3 videos of other YouTube people, and they all skipped it. So yeah, that was another big success.
A single glass containing traces of alcohol. An open bottle of cheap wine.
Well, cheap wine can be nice. I don't think the paper's interesting to us. There's more wine here, but can't do anything with it either. Okay, let's just eat again. Do I check other rooms? There's a child crying. Okay, nothing to see. Let's just head outside again. Maybe I have to talk to someone now.
Mr. Holmes?
My poor leg.
I've not seen a traffic accident like this before.
What's a new, very useful bugger? It's really helping me that you say that. No, it's not helping me. Oh wait, I might have forgotten something. When I was using my one skill. Hopefully I don't have to use the lock again. I remember it at one point showed me my other skill, my detective skill. Or my deduction skill, sorry.
I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Now I have the location and push quite completed. Share your conclusion with the constable. So now I have to talk. Let's head back to the constable now.
Holmes, I was looking for you. I have an idea
Sorry.
about the accident.
Never mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You? You're the murderer,
You're
eh?
off your head.
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh yes. A murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance? Of what, Holmes?
The culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see? And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map.
Let's see, well... Resolve the murder at the square. Suspect found 5. Well, I think I will start with this dude. Oh, here's that. Very close to the apartment, in an ideal position to watch the square. Daily local worker, I was injured during the accident. Let's see, there were Maybe this one. Very close to the apartment, not wounded during the accident, could be random pedestrian. Okay. Poor horsey. Close to the apartment, could deliberately disturb lifting mechanism. Sprung car driver was injured during the accident. There's a dude standing here. Not wounded during accident, distance from the apartment. Could deliberately smash into wardrobe's cab driver. I have to find one more. And maybe one that didn't want to talk to me. Could be a random pedestrian, angry and nervous, not wounded by the accident. L2, map of accident. Establish suspect among the people at the scene. What do I have to do now? Suspect. This man was found not far from the flats where the electrical device is situated. Perhaps he had chosen the role of workman to watch his victims in the square without raising suspicion. This man was not a suspect. This man was injured during the accident. He's a local workman. He's a victim, same as the others. Oh, that's difficult. Well, if you plan something like this, I think you try to stay not injured. I think you don't want to hurt yourself. The man beneath the window where the electrical device is, perhaps he had the time to activate it before entering the street. The man appears to be a passerby. He's in the middle of the square, trapped by the accident. This is difficult. He is very close to it. He didn't want to talk to us. Try to keep him as a suspect for now. I don't know how many suspects I should have. This man is a driver. He was in the area where the accident took place. It was one of his pumpkins that activated the scaffold. This man is a driver. It's obvious that he was occupied during the accident. It would not have been possible for him to activate the electrical device at the same time. I'll go with that. This dude. This man is a driver. He was part of the accident. Fortunately, he was not wounded by the explosions, perhaps because he knew what was about to take place. Or not a suspect. This man is a driver. It's obvious he was occupied during the accident. It would not have been possible for him to activate the electrical device at the same time. This is difficult again. This man is near the end of the square. He attempted to leave, perhaps because he did not wish to see the police. He had time to activate the electrical device or run away. This man is near the end of the square. He has just arrived. Perhaps he wanted to help the wounded. He is some distance from the flat where the electrical device is situated. Well, let's go with the suspect and see what happens. If I confirm
I don't think so.
Oh.
I should pay more attention to details.
Okay. Maybe this dude is a suspect as well? Maybe he... Let's try this one. I still think the car drivers... Oh. Are innocent.
That's it.
Ah, really? Cool. Share your conclusion with the constable. Yes, constable. Press wrong button, sorry there.
Constable, I suspect 3 people here. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes. Have you found something new?
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion. About Kate.
Determine who might share your conclusion with the constable completed. Examine the belongings of the victims or suspects. Interrogate possible suspects. Discover what caused the accident completed. Okay, so I'm guessing we have a new location. Scotland Yard. Yes. Find out where the technical cab came from. Perhaps it was not too far from the street. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspects. Interrogate possible suspects and resolve the murder at the square. Wow. Easy peasy. Okay, let's head to Scotland Yard then. I think we did all we can do here. We have arrived. Hey Ar, jij bent braaf wees. Jij bent braaf.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I,
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us?
You can't trust them to do anything. They can't even keep all the suspects together. I'm sorry, I'm distracted for a bit.
Where is this inspector?
I had a sharp bit of my nail. I'm not wearing socks right now, and I had a sharp bit of my nail stuck in my trousers. So, okay. Too much
Please, sir,
already.
release my son.
Check the suspects that are still there. Check their belongings. Check their belongings. Okay, there are 3 different ones.
A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark.
Okay, what more?
Electrical wires.
Ooh. Bank letter. Dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that despite your expropriation, you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact your payment service as soon as possible, otherwise we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate matter. Mr. Stewart, Financial Director, Bank of England. Electrical wire was found amongst Thomas Garrett's belongings. go back. Move one.
Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. Whiskey. Of poor quality.
My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my... Four?
My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith.
Another letter. Letter from the pastor. Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you would join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your good will bring such joy, and I know that I may rely upon you. I remember how your life began in sin, your feeling rejected and alone in the world, and how you turned to the criminal path. But you found strength within you to make the change. You became a good man. Our Lord will have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Father Gordon.
Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulated.
That doesn't make it easier. One has insulated gloves, one has wires. What does this one have then?
This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new. Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
Letter? Letter from hospital. Mr. Butcher, we have the most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary. Dr. Matthew Smith, Great Ormond Street Hospital in London. Evidence.
This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address. The initials M.B.
Letter from URL. U-I-E-R-L. Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays with existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious areas that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation, as you have always been an exemplary employee. We understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behavior in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. The directors, your Underground Electric Railways Company of London. Hey, that's what the card was from. According to this letter, Butcher is employed by the Underground Electric Railway Company of London, and it appears that Butcher has problems at work.
Reginald Butcher had problems with his job.
So, let's see if we can talk to a few of those guys. This way. No, this doesn't work. We're not going there. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
That doesn't sound too good.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
Electricity.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How do you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I'll teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. and I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Okay, let's make a profile of this dude. He is ill or he's afraid. Let's go with ill because he keeps coughing. Electrical burn. Works with electricity of domestic injury. Well, he already said he worked with electricity, so let's go with that. Let's validate the observation. Thomas Garrett is an aggressive person who wears the symbol of the anarchist. He dislikes the police and most probably all authority. It's obvious that he's poor as his clothes are old and worn. Mr. Garrett exhibits black sputum through his coughing, which is a symptom of silicosis. I hope I said that right. Garrett is ill. A specific burn upon his finger reveals that he must work with electricity.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Okay, that was interrogation number uno. So I'm guessing we go to number dos now. There won't be a dress because the dude escaped.
Condemn me to death. That's your job, after all.
Nope, not him. The guy in the back then. Can I select him?
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Excellent.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council. I swear it.
Electricity.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear.
Yes, you swear it, I know.
Okay, let's make a profile of this dude then. Nothing with his head. Nothing with his head. Oh. Dog tattoo. And that's the same kind of tattoo the dudes in the card had. The dead dudes in the card had. Religious or like trinkets? Let's go with religious at first. Improvised bandage, yes I know. I was the one who put it there, I was Watson. yellow nails. Let's go with a smoker. Benjamin Fowler, a man in his 40s, is a manual worker. He's involved with the reconstruction work of the statue in the square, which explains his presence at the scene of the accident and his resulting leg injury. Mrs. Fowler has a dog tattoo, a gang member's mark, which he attempts to hide. The yellow nails identify him as a heavy smoker, and he's a religious man. Benjamin Fowler has the same dog tattoo as the members of Roscoe's gang.
Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it, I swear.
Dog tattoo.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No. It was a long time ago. I already forgot. I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Interesting that he even mentions his pets. Why isn't examine the belongings of the victims of suspect crossed off? Interrogate possible suspect. Why aren't those crossed off? Is there more to examine? Did I miss anything? Green. That one isn't green.
A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark. This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
If you have to blow up half the continent and create a bloodbath in order to destroy the barbarians' party, you can be deemed to possess neither scruples nor conscience. Anyone who would not happily sacrifice his own life for the honor of exterminating 1 million barbarians is not a true Republican. I agree, such clear-sightedness. Now that part should be crossed off. I wonder why they aren't getting crossed off.
It's a mistake, I swear it. I shouldn't be here.
The proletariat will win.
Okay, what shall we do? I want to go back to the accent area first. Maybe there's something we missed. Maybe it's that we could use our new information right now to get on. Because it's weird that it didn't cross off the examination bit and the interrogation bit. Them.
Mud. Oof. Smells bad. There was a collision here. The lock was forced.
Find out where the technical cap came from. Completed. Examine barrel and bucket shop. The Strand. Snake nests and conspiracy. In the district of St. Victor, while in the act of demolishing an old house, masons have uncovered a nest of snakes which has spawned upwards of 100 squirming reptiles. These reptiles did inhabit the bottom of a well long since dried up. In the middle of the snake nest was the skeleton of a child who had likely plunged down the well to his or her death. Surprisingly, the skeleton in question was still holding a red Morocco portfolio, much disintegrated apart from the legible strip of paper which said "Do not reveal the plot." Examine the barrel and bucket shop at the accident location. Okay, nothing here. Let's go there. I'm so bad with these. Can I skip it? No, I can skip it. This might take a while. Let's see.
There's no space for this lockpick.
Oh. Can I get another lockpick? Go with it. Yes, that's the first bit. Switch to the lockpicks. Remove, remove. I've removed the lockpicks. 3 and 4. Do we have a combination for 3? Yes, we have. Confirm. Back to the lockpicks. Confirm. Woohoo! Yay!
A workshop. Saleable items are produced here. It looks as though the carpet was placed here intentionally.
Oh, that's a nice hole. Why do I have the feeling I have to go in there?
An old
Alright.
access point to the sewers.
Examine. continue. Sorry. I was watching my dog sleep. Nothing in the detective plan. That's where I came from. Where do we go from here? I could get so lost down here, I think. This is all closed up, so I don't think I can get anywhere. Nope. Here. Hey Minnie, thank you for joining. No worries. I'm trying to find the way here in the sewers. I wish Sherlock had a map. I have no idea what I'm looking for here. So I'm just running around, well, walking around. I can run around. So I can do something with this. What do I have to do with this? Somehow I think I have to switch this. Okay. Go down there. Go down there. Something I can do here.
A pneumatic drill, the same as the one that we found in the tech recap.
Alright. I'll get stairs here. Why does it feel like this is going to be a puzzle again?
I'd better not go in there. I'd better not go in there. I'd better not go in there.
Okay, I guess I missed something. Back to zero. I guess I have to find a way water is there because without the water it doesn't refill anything. What else is there? Push, pull. Sherlock will jump on it. Puzzles where explanations given, no hints given. No, it won't go any further. I'm really bad at it. I will not be a Sherlock Holmes, that's for sure. I think I know what I did wrong. Let's switch him back to 0. If anyone has any tips, balance here. It works like all the other balance things. Yep. I'm not good at this. Walking. I think if he falls in the water secret. I wish he went faster because this is so difficult for my hands.
Whoa.
This The last bit. Made it to the other side. These things with my bad thumbs is very hard. Oh, there's another switch. Yes, this place. Gone with the can't get anywhere here. Okay, I made it to this side, but now I'm wondering what I have to do here. Besides playing with the lever. Oh wait, here's the path. Another stairs, down again. It would be nice if Sherlock sometimes has thoughts like, oh, let's just do this or this to get to there or that. But no. This feels like something I need to move again. Okay. What do I have to do? I have to walk across it completely again. I need to move the chest the other way. But I think I have to go to the other side there. But it only lets me move one way. Maybe I have to move it one way first before I can move it to the other. Move to the other side now. Yes. Ah. Get off. Won't get off. Sorry. outside because I see a ladder here going down and I see a door passageway there. Door's closed. So then I should be able to jump from there to there. This is so difficult for me. Because the ladder was broken, but I think it was there to make it more difficult. That's something I sometimes think is a shame in some of the videos. Most YouTube people who make videos, of course they want to make the video that shows no errors and nothing wrong with it. But I sometimes do like to see the process behind it. What people thought of solving the puzzle. Why did they choose to go left or right? Or it's like I went wrong with the ladder. I thought I had to get up there, but somehow I didn't. Okay. Let's just try this. Go to the ladder here. Down, down, down. Will Holmes jump? Yes. He will jump. Did it again. We are getting somewhere. Ooh, I got a trophy, thank you. Bump it up. Don't you know, bump it up? You've got to bump it up. Come on, Sherlock. Keep walking.
A red powder. Given the circumstances, most probably iron oxide. Magnesium strips. Metal powder. Looks like aluminium.
Okay. Oh.
The iron wall of the vault has been melted through. Still warm.
Was this all a diversion to break into a bank?
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables. This vault belongs to the Bank of England.
Oh, a map. Now they give us a map.
An old map of the sewers with a red cross.
Why do I have the feeling I have to find where that red cross is? Really, Sherlock? Really? Yep, located a red cross on the sewers.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables.
Okay, we're now at the left thingy. go straight ahead from the vault. So I'm guessing it's time for me to try to get there.
Metal rings. They're used to hold the barrel in one piece. A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty. All of the licorice has been eaten. These barrels are empty and unsealed. The thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
Saves me from fighting my way out of the sewers. Maybe with the information I'll have, I can talk to the suspects and get them closed off, maybe because of the licorice we found, because of the cigarette stubs we found. Maybe. We know one of the guys that we caught was a very heavy smoker. Go to the evidence first.
Electrical wires.
Nothing new here. It still shows green. But this is the same
Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
brand of things, sweets we found
Reginald Butcher.
in the sewers. And I think this is the same type of cigarettes we found in
Murad.
the sewers.
Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
there's nothing new in the evidence.
Hey, mister! Let me out! I'm innocent, I swear it!
Nothing new here.
Condemn me to death. That's your job, after all.
Nothing new here. Okay. I thought with the new evidence we found we could do something, but
Locked.
nope. But my task are still examine the belongings, interrogate the suspects. Did I miss any belongings? Wait, I see a fourth still there.
The belongings of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte. A Webley revolver. Rasco is fond of licorice. Ha! The licorice was found both at the sewers and amongst Rasco's belongings. A normal pocket knife. A standard deck of playing cards. A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal.
Maurice Alfredo Vincente, also known as Rasco, leader of a small local gang whose members can be identified by the gang's motive, a dog tattoo. Oh, wrong button, sorry. The gang has been involved in frequent violence, robbery, pickpocketing, etc. The Rasco gang robbed the bank by breaking into its vault. They do it as sewer channels pass close to the bank. They use a quantity of equipment and material to melt the metal wall of the vault and to open the deposit boxes. Rasco is not a big name criminal. It's obvious that someone helped him plan this robbery. The bank's loot was encased in barrels and thrown into the water. It was a smart move in order to trick the police and to enable the collection of goods further down the sewer line. A hand-drawn mark map was found at the sewers. Iron oxide powder, aluminum powder and magnesium strips were found in the sewers. These are ingredients for thermite, which is commonly used in railway welding. And still... Oh, examine the belongings of the victims is now completed. It keeps telling me I can make new deductions, but I don't want to make deductions just yet. I think I have to find the suspect first before it will cross off the examination of those. So let's head to the known address, the hospital. Sorry.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
Mr. Butcher, I can confirm that we are willing to admit your daughter into the care of a hospital. You will be responsible for the travel expenditure, naturally taking all appropriate precautions due to the deliberate state of your daughter. Additionally, you must attend to any accommodation costs and all medical attention. The final bill cannot be summarized within this letter. It will depend, of course, upon your daughter's condition. I must warn you that the sum may be considerable. Dr. K. O. Madden, Karolinska University Hospital, Stockholm. Thank you very much, Millie. The amount requested by the Karolinska University Hospital of Stockholm for Meryl Butcher's medical treatment was estimated to be considerable.
Admission file at Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm. Mr. Butcher's wife.
Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Mr. Reginald Butcher, I've come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly. She's finally asleep.
Is she your daughter?
My pretty little Meryl. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry, I understand now.
Okay, let's talk with this
Can she
guy
be
for a
cured?
bit.
It'll take a long time, but I'm confident that we'll win this fight. I can't bear to think otherwise.
Yes, probably just a question of money.
What are you talking about? It's a question of willpower, and my daughter will win.
I do hope so.
Oh,
Although
I
the
pushed
treatment
wrong
at the
one, I think.
Karolinska University Hospital is very expensive.
Yeah, it's our only hope. Thanks to the good Dr. Blowberry, she finally has a bed. We're going out next week. It's our last chance. Do you have children?
Yes, I have a daughter too.
Okay.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes. What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you are experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see. Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
Really? Why was it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Okay, let's deduct this dude. Nothing in his face. Childish bracelet, daughter's gift, likes decorative items. Well, let's go with the daughter's gift, of course. Winning wing. There's one more thing we have to find, or I have to find. What am I missing? missing something, but I don't know what. Oh, that's annoying. That is very annoying. What am I missing? Wait. Shabby, expensive waistcoat. Was once prosperous, second-hand clothes. Well, maybe when his wife was alive, when he didn't have issues with his daughter. Let's go with this one. Reginald Butcher. A married man holds the position of railway worker. He is depressed due to the illness of his daughter, of whom he is extremely fond. His shoes are shining, they have no doubt been recently cleaned. His expensive waistcoat, now in a shabby condition, reveals that he was a previously prosperous man. Mr. Butcher loves his daughter and is not ashamed to wear a child's bracelet to display his affection.
Merrill Butcher.
Find escape suspect completed. I think it's time to make some deductions. Ooh, I have a lot of deductions to be made. Let's see. If I start with this one, Benjamin Fowler has the Vasco gang tattoo, but he's attempted to remove it. Vasco gang. Benjamin Fowler is connected with the Vasco gang. He has a gang's tattoo, but he has made an attempt to remove it. I'm so glad that it is. Anarchist ideology. Anarchists oppose the state, capitalism and market relations, but Thomas Garrett is in debt to the bank. Oh, I have to confirm it. I want that one. Reginald Butcher has problems at work due to the time he has taken to visit a seriously ill daughter. Complex trap. Reginald Butcher knows how to work with electricity because of his job, but that doesn't mean that he would be capable of creating a deadly electrical trap. Or Butcher's trap. Reginald Butcher knows how to work with electricity. It's his job. He would have been able to trap the cap and activate the device. Let's go with Butcher's trap. Underground worker. Reginald Butcher works for the Underground Electric Railway Company. He could be familiar with the layout of the sewers for where the bank was robbed. Oh, gives us new deductions, these two. Butcher's love. Reginald Butcher is not a criminal. He has a beloved daughter who is ill and needs her father. He would not risk becoming involved with bandits. Or hopelessness. Reginald Butcher needs urgent medical care for his daughter. Because of this, he contacted the rescue gang and helped them rob the bank. I think he's really hopeless, especially now that his wife is gone. Let's go with hopelessness for this one. Do you have any more clues? Up there. No. Robbed bank. The Bank of England was robbed by the Roscoe gang. It's the bank where Thomas Garrett has a large debt. And there's a new deduction coming up. Just an anarchist. It's not an anarchist ideology to rob a bank. They prefer to destroy. Or anarchists and bandits. Thomas Garrett allied himself with the Roscoe gang in order to take vengeance on the Bank of England. Let's go with this one, just an anarchist. Do we have any more clues that we can connect? Where is this one? Benjamin Fowler was a bandit when he was young, but he has since changed his ways. It makes a connection with the Roscoe gang. Fowler's new life. Benjamin Fowler was once a member of the Roscoe gang, but that's now all in the past. Or always a criminal. Bandits like Benjamin Fowler never change. His work for the town might be a cover for his crimes. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's go with his new life. Do we have any more clues we can connect? Yes, we can. Not a specialist. Benjamin Fowler sometimes worked with electricity, but he's not a specialist, and it's doubtful that he would know how to create such a deadly trap. Or Mr. Fowler's work. Benjamin Fowler has sufficient knowledge to repair electric lampposts, which could have enabled him to create a deadly trap for the camp. I think he has enough knowledge, though. Do we have any more clues we can connect? Yes, there is. Insufficient knowledge. The electrical trap for the technical cap was arranged by a professional. Thomas Garrett would not have sufficient knowledge, or sufficient knowledge as Thomas Garrett teaches electricity. He would have sufficient knowledge to make the trap for the cap. I think it's the device we saw in the house. I think it was a little bit more than changing a couple of batteries or something for lights. So I'm not sure that he would have sufficient knowledge for it. Do these two connect as well? They connect as well, okay. Evil plan. Somebody knew about the bank robbery and managed to kill the members of Roscoe's gang immediately afterwards. Ooh, we got a new deduction. Mr. Butcher is a murderer. What happens if we click on it? Ah. Reginald Butcher helped the Roscoe gang to rob the bank and then killed them for the money. Reginald Butcher is a dangerous criminal who not only robbed the bank but also killed his accomplices. He must be imprisoned, or Reginald Butcher's daughter is seriously ill. Because of this, he felt forced to rob the bank before killing his accomplices in order to take the money necessary for her treatment. Let him go that he might save his daughter's life. Geez, this is a hard one because you want to condemn him because he did wrong and he even killed people. But you can understand that he's fighting for his daughter's life, that he's having issues with his bill. Let's just be good. Let's just be kind. Let's see how this ends.
Mr. Butcher.
Shh. She's finally asleep. I knew you'd
You
return.
should go to Stockholm with your daughter. You will save her. I've made my decision. Leave now.
You understand? I was forced to do all this.
Perhaps you were.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye.
Did I do right? Reginald Butcher only wanted to save his daughter's life. To do this, he robbed a bank and killed his accomplices out of necessity. The circumstances are exceptional. He did not have any other choice. Accept decision, replay ending, check conclusion. Clues found 12. I will accept this. You are about to finish the case. Yep. Disaster strikes. A new trophy earned. Fever Dreams will be the new case, but I'm not starting it yet. I will end the stream. It's time for me to walk the dog and get some movement myself because I'm sitting still for 1.5 hours now. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing it on Twitter if you have. I will be back sharing Fever Dreams with you. I don't know when. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I will see. Thank you for joining and have a very nice day. Enjoy it to the fullest.